is up? Kevin Hale here on this Sunday night, January 4th, 2026. Not 5, 6, new year. Doing a round of shots with my friends, my partners in crime tonight, TB, Rando, Adam. We lost TB. He'll be back. Davo will be here soon. Everyone's got their own schedule. I can't, I'm trying to be a host, but people like come and go when they please. Guys on the left coast, I make concessions for them, but then I've got to leave at a certain time too. And then TB's in the Midwest, the corn, the snow. Terry, how are you? Happy New Year, brother.
Happy New Year. Glad to be here. Glad to chop it up with you guys again because, a lot going on in the Big Blue Nation.
Oh, yeah. People will probably enjoy our pity party here tonight. Adam, how are you, sir? This is is this back-to-back shows for you?
Yeah, back-to-back. No, excited to be with you guys. New year. My winter break is coming and going. It's going by really fast. And not looking forward to going back to school, but, last semester before I graduate, so it should be fun. And then, but hopefully, we can have some good wins before I go back to school.
We're in the hopefully mode. That's where we are, in the hopefully mode. Terry, what am I looking at here?
I don't know. Sorry about that.
Anyways, Rando, what's up, man? How are you? Happy New Year.
I'm mesmerized at the moment.
I know. I know. Did we just get a lap dance or something, Terry? What's going on there?
No, I have no idea what's going on with my phone, man.
It's okay. Do it again for us guys. Rando, what's going on, man? How are you?
Hey, man, I'm doing well. Just got back in town. Spent some time out there on the East Coast, Tennessee, and was at my dad's spot in Richmond for a couple days. Love getting back home. Hate traveling though. It's two kids and all the nonsense, and 3 time zones. Like I said, glad to get back home, but I hate the process of getting there and getting back.
Wow, man. Do we have any positivity, any good vibes tonight? Everybody's complaining. It's a new year, guys, right? Hearing? What's in the background? I'm hearing something. It stopped. All right. Anyway,
I don't know. This 2026 started off to be just ass.
You not hear that?
To be honest.
No,
yes,
yeah.
I think someone's
like
breathing heavy.
A breathe?
We start off with a lap dance. Now we got heavy breathing. Who knows?
No, man. Now I need to insert 70s funk music and slow funk music in the background. Well, we'll get through this. All right, round of shots. We're streaming on X, Facebook, YouTube, and we are a proud partner of the Bleed Blue Network. Paul and his guys, we're doing our thing, and we're gonna have some fun. Those guys, Paul, his team, everyone at the network has been heavily involved with the portal. All the stuff that's going on with the portal, going into the rabbit hole with all these potential players. Got some news. We'll talk the portal. We will talk Kentucky men's basketball. My topic, as I put it, is right now, who the F are you? I mean, what is this? What is the identity with this team? I mean, this is a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde. We had a good game against St. John's, and not so good to open up the SEC play. I want to spend some time also talking about the legacy of Coach Stoops. He, for better or for worse, his tenure definitely matters in the lore of Kentucky football. And we'll talk college football playoffs too. IU, man, they are legit. And as a Kentucky fan, very jealous of what they are accomplishing. But it also should tell us that what they're doing is achievable, is reachable by really any other school. Because correct me if I'm wrong, IU before he was like
they were
within the last year, like the most losingest program, right?
One of the most
Almost.
losingest.
Yeah. So hey, right coach, right players, it can happen. But you know something, Terry. I know you follow the ladies. We got to give a shout out to the Kentucky women's basketball team. They had a massive road win at LSU. Game 3. Tell us about the ladies.
Oh, they're rocking and rolling. Only one loss on the season, and Clara Strack is looking like an All-American. I mean, 8th double-double on the year. She's got that Dirk Nowitzki turnaround fadeaway, which is a very difficult shot to take and make, and she's hitting it at a pretty high clip. So Kenny Brooks has got his ladies. They're fighting. They're everything you want to see. They defend the 3-point line well. You know, today against Missouri, they limited them to 15% from 3 or something like that. Everything. If you're looking for good basketball, head over to historic Memorial Coliseum because Coach Brooks has the team rolling.
Good basketball. Anything to add with the ladies, Adam, Rando? Good.
You know, I think it's I think the biggest thing like heading into the season was like how they were going to replace losing Georgia Amore, who like even before she got to Kentucky, she was one of my favorite women's basketball players. But it seems like they're really like prioritizing like rebounding and they have length and they have really tough guards and they can really compete with anyone. So wouldn't be surprised if they come out make a big run. Obviously last year they had a tough loss in the Memorial Coliseum in the second round, but I'm really looking forward to seeing like how they can develop throughout the season. Obviously, SEC is super tough conference. You're gonna have to play the likes of LSU. They just beat obviously South Carolina's, Texas, everything like that. So there's very exciting stuff. And when I'm not catching the games, I have the score alerts on my phone, like ESPN, like score alerts and everything like that. And I'm seeing these results. I'm like, this isn't the men's team I'm looking at, right? Like this is women's team scoring 80 points, like beating teams by good margins. So I'm gonna have to start catching some games because they are very fun to watch and they're winning.
And the national media is caught up with it as well. I follow a lot of women's basketball folks, and the LSU game, the LSU player hit with the too small then gives up the game-winning 3. And like national folks are picking up on what's going on in Lexington. So there you go.
There you go. Rando, the ladies.
Hey, I'm just hoping it's a good omen. What they beat Missouri today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We got Missouri Wednesday. Let's hopefully we can just go ahead and knock them both down. But yeah, the women are impressive. Kenny Brooks has got them buzzing. You know, it's funny. We started off the beginning of the season, a lot of Kenny Brooks hate. And I think I was on this show, on a couple shows, was like, hey, when he starts winning some ball games, all that stuff's going to disappear. And sure enough, Kenny Brooks is the king of Kentucky basketball right now, as everybody's calling for Pope's head, which I know we'll get into here shortly.
Yeah, we might be calling for his head too. Let me just say in the chat. Let's see. We got. I feel like this is a WWE intro. The intro, that music. I'm hearing this background noise. Someone is saying, like, "Is it my CPAP machine?" Which I do have a CPAP machine, but it's not. TV's not going to move. It says, who is using their damn CPAP machine? There is. It sounds like it's almost like a Darth Vader. Yeah, I was going to say Darth Vader. Yeah, and I don't know if this is legit. Someone said Coach Stein reposted this stream. Okay,
he's got to get ready for Indiana.
What's that? Oh yeah,
There's a couple good Coach Stein burners out there.
Okay, but you know what? All right, but if he's right, even if the burner says head coach Will Stein, shouldn't I chalk it up as Will Stein? Okay.
Why not? You never know.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So yeah, kudos to the ladies. They're absolutely killing it. And It's funny when it comes to the round ball. It's the Kentucky ladies and the volleyball team who is doing a lot better than the men's. But we're hold that thought. We're going to get to the men's real quick. I want to talk portal. The portal became a thing on Friday? Was it Friday or Saturday?
Yeah, I think it was
Friday, right?
Friday, must have been, yeah.
Friday.
Because yesterday was day 2, yeah.
Open on the 2nd, right?
The 2nd. So that would be Friday. Again, if just see, oh, here we go. Dave-O, he's in the house. Let me do this because I spent some time trying to work this out. Oh, there you go. All right, so look. Okay. There. Dave-O, what's up?
Not a whole lot. Busy weekend. What's up?
Oh, just doing our thing here. We real quick, we talked about the lady hoops team. You got your 2 cents real quick before we talk portals?
Best team on campus by far right now.
Right now,
you went down there and beat Kim Mulkey and made her cry. So
with Lane Kiffin,
loved it. Yeah, loved it. Yeah, it's awesome. Keep it rolling. Got a good win today. So 2-0 in SEC. Got one Alabama coming up, and then you got a big game on Oklahoma, I believe. So keep it going.
Keep it going. All right, let's talk the portal. We said portal opened up Friday the 2nd. Our friends Bleed Blue Network have been like on it. Let me, instead of just let me just share this screen. Give some love to Paul and all the guys. Paul, Carrie, Casey, Dylan, Elliot, Mike, all the guys just doing all the work, putting this stuff out, interacting with players and or coaches. But look who we got. We've got Sykes is committed. Barry,
Wallace
as well.
Looks like Sellers is going to be soon.
Seller going to be soon.
Talking about if you watch ESPN Zen Alert, which I love his troll tweets on some of these big accounts.
Am I sharing this? It's barely. You can't even see it. Oh, there it is. All right. So there. All right. So yeah. Obviously the name everyone is watching. Waiting is shit. I'm got a brain cramp. Quarterback.
Sam Leavitt.
Leavitt, yeah. Rumor has it that he's gonna hit or meet with Texas Tech. He's supposed to be meeting possibly with LSU later this week. What are you all hearing with potentially the next QB?
Go ahead, Rando.
Rando, go.
I mean, I think the Sorsby news is big. I think they said it was delays from the flight or whatever. There's a reason why he didn't go to Texas Tech. I think Sorsby not committing to LSU and still kind of has Texas Tech and LSU both with a carrot dangling out in front of them. And then there was some money talks that they were going to Texas Tech, obviously oil money, was going to offer more. Hit that high mark upwards of $7 million. The number for Kentucky for Leavitt is between 4.5 and 5.5, if you believe that. And I think there were some conversations of like, hey, we're not going to get you $7 million, but we'll set it up with incentives and we'll use some of that other money to get you some of the tools you need to hit those incentives and really make yourself and turn yourself into a first-round quarterback. There's a lot of – I've gotten super frustrated, pissed off really at some of these big college football accounts. There was like Sam Leavitt choosing Kentucky is like the death of his career and not going to, not be able to get to the big boy league. But this ain't Mark Stoops, Kentucky anymore. And when we did have a competent offensive coordinator and Liam Cohen, who shout out just won his division year one as a head football coach.
Yeah.
We had a first-round quarterback. Now, Will Levis didn't quite turn out for the Titans, but he did great things at Kentucky. Not to mention, Bo Nix was forgotten about, kicked out of Auburn and then went to Oregon and turned into a first-round pick. And I think the Broncos just clinched their division too, either this week or last week. Who knows what Dylan Gabriel will be, but again, another NFL course. So our new coach, current offensive coordinator,
free publicity during the playoffs.
Yeah, is sitting there, with a track record of developing quarterbacks and turning them into first-round great dudes. Have you seen Texas Tech do that? Their head coach is a defensive guy, and their OC came from Incarnate Word, who maybe you can give him credit for Cam Ward, but Cam Ward really developed at Washington State, right, and then went to Miami. So I don't even give him a lot of credit for that. So there's nothing at Texas Tech that tells you they're going to develop this kid into a talented quarterback. What they told you recently is their quarterback couldn't do a damn thing against Oregon's defense. So we get Will Stein here. You have someone like Sam Levitt. I think we're going to be special. Now, the injury, the Liz Frank injury for a mobile quarterback bothers me. Giving him that much money, he better be healthy. All right, we had Devin Leary, who was number 2 quarterback in the portal. His shoulder was never right after that surgery. And we could not really figure it out. So
what's the price tag that's legitimately?
I think like $4 million.
4?
I mean, it can't be anything less than 4 with all this money going out. I wouldn't be surprised if it's close to 5 or if it gets that high at least with incentives. But I mean, if you believe the number of $25 million for this roster, $5 million for a quarterback makes sense.
Yeah. Well. Davo, what do you say?
I mean, yeah, he just basically said it all for the most part. I don't see how, if you're Sam, that you don't look at, Will Stein and what he's done, like just for quarterbacks in general. And then if you look at him, visiting sounds like LSU, right? You see him go down there to, I believe, to be a snake of a head coach, who just left his team a week before the playoffs, right? And then you look at LSU, and the only difference is between what LSU was going on and what Kentucky has going on, and they're both in a rebuild, right? They're both brand new teams. The only difference is one is Will Stein and one is Lane Kiffin, right? So if you ask me, Will Stein is putting more talent in the NFL than Lane Kiffin is. Lane Kiffin is just a big clown show. So I mean, if you want to go down there and deal with that, I mean, by all means, maybe he's going to get the money to deal with that down at LSU. I'm not for sure. I was more worried about dealing with Texas Tech money than I am with LSU money. I feel like we can probably go, a little bit head-to-head with LSU whenever it comes to that, because it sounds like we got a brink truck ready to just be, dumped on these players at this point. So, yeah, I'm not – my panic meter is not as high as some of the BBN, some of the ones that just panic over everything. And until the LSU people start digging deep into this and start saying that they feel good about it too, then I'll get a little worried. But right now, I have all the belief in the world that Will Stein's going to pull it together. I don't think that he would have brought Levitt in if he would have been so super worried about his injury anyways. So, yeah, I'm excited for it.
TB, what are you thinking?
We shall see. I'm not too much into the portal or recruiting, but we shall see. I think Will Stein's got the credibility, and if the funds are there, we shall see.
The funds, yeah. Okay. Adam, wrap that up.
No, I think like other than Sam Levitt, which we're all very excited about, you can see that like he's recruiting guys to kind of build a culture and a standard of winning. But what I like as well is that he's also looking at guys that are, kind of obviously you're going to look at, the high end 4 stars and then the 3 stars who you should have a good chance at, but he's looking at a lot of guys that are like overlooked, didn't get much playing time in their previous school. And it seems like Will Stein kind of has a role for them, which is really good to see. And it's definitely an inviting opportunity to kind of be, a culture. I feel like Mark Pope, for example, like sold all of his first transfer class. Like you get to be the first people to come in and really set the culture of what I want my tenure to be. So, Will Stein coming in, he's reaching out to all these new guys. He's, probably selling the point of, you're going to come in, you're going to help set the culture for future generations to come. So I feel like that's what I'm really excited about is getting guys that, you know, will set the culture, will fight for every single win in the SEC, fight to be bowl eligible, fight for a 12 seed in a college football playoff or something like that. In terms of Sam Levitt, like I'm really excited to see if they actually do get him. I think he can fit really well in Will Stein's offense. Will Stein offense really relies on the efficient quarterbacks with a high completion percentage, low turnovers, things like that. Has a little bit of mobility. You know, it came in Sam Levitt's first like full, you know, college football season with Arizona State. You know, he had a really good connection with Cam Scatterbu, who I love because I'm a Giants fan, and I feel like if you bring CJ Baxter with Sam Levitt can really get him involved in the passing game, which could definitely open up a lot more on the offense and can lead to more explosive plays, but also could lead to, if the receivers are covered downfield, you have a running back that can break tackles and you can dump it off to. So like, there's so many different possibilities. But even if like they somehow don't get Sam Levitt, I still do trust like the process. And I think I love the types of guys that they're reaching out to that have a little bit of an edge to them, which we've seen in the past with Kentucky players, but this just feels a little bit different. And that's why I'm like really, really excited for the upcoming season with Will Stein.
Rando, how much, or I'll start, Davo. I'll ask you, and I'll ask the rest. If we don't get Levitt, how much of a hit does that make, or you know, for the program?
It'll suck. I mean, because it's just like I don't really want to compare it so much to basketball, but it would be like how we swung, you know, for Dan Hurley ended up with, you know what I mean, Mark Pope. But
well, we have just basically flipped quarterbacks because
we could, yeah.
Boley he committed to Arizona State,
yeah,
right?
he did.
Okay, yeah.
But it would suck. But like I said, Will Stein did not take the job without having a plan, right? And we all know that he didn't take the job without having a plan, without having, you know, the money, the financial backup. So I am zero concerned about that. And whenever it comes to waiting on this decision, I guess kind of a LeBron James type of decision at this point, it's going to come down to what J-Rose said best. I mean, he said that waiting this long is not going to be an uncommon thing in a transfer portal whenever you're trying to wait on the number one transfer quarterback to make a decision.
Yep.
So it's not like something that was just going to sprinkle a little magic dust on the BBN. He was going to commit the same night. I mean, that just wasn't going to happen. We don't know if he's really looking for that right system and play for the right coach, or if this camp is looking to get as much money for him as possible. So we just really have to just wait and see what plays out at this point.
Good call. You know, I normally don't do this, but I don't give airtime to certain people or personalities in the chat, but I got to, only because I think I've got a group of people who will just, especially Rando and Davo, and I think everybody would actually have a comment back. I don't know who this is. You people in the university do not matter anymore. You're trash now. Well, I'll give you credit that you used your correctly, YOU''RE. So I'll give you that. Nobody cares about layups and women's basketball. A bunch of men getting excited over a woman's sport. Yeah, a little bit. You know, it does help that I'm kind of into women. So yeah, and then I mean, good God, and then
sounds like he doesn't get a bunch of that.
I know. And then to Maria's credit, men do like. Yes, you don't.
All right.
Yeah. So and then I said last year, this is peanut butter. Positive. I said last year, Amor is too Baldwin. Was that right? Yeah. And
without her, but I would just say she helped a lot, but then now they're running their offense through their bigs. So you know, we lost something, but we didn't lose the identity.
Yeah, I mean, Georgia carried us in a lot of games, and that was it Kansas State that we lost to?
Yeah.
I mean, that little floater. We should never let them back in that game. That little floater, she hits 99 times.
Oh yeah. And that play call was like.
I mean, Morgan is a better all around point guard than Amor as far as like the assist goes and everything.
Like Georgia was just there, like
Georgia was just a scoring guard. Like they both brought a ton of positivity to the program. So it's not about trying to fill in shoes. It's being you.
Yeah. Said Levitt is kind of douchey, to be honest. I don't know that part of Levitt, so
sometimes you need honestly, sometimes
I was just about to say, who seems real douchey was old boy at Vandy, and that boy would win ball games.
Yeah,
and he could.
Fabio could win you a ball game.
And my guy in the Giants, Jackson Dart, when he was in college.
Yeah. What do you say,
He's got to be good and douchey though. He can't be Calzada and suck and douchey.
So I have to say, everybody likes Diego Pavia, but I am here in Iowa, and they did not win against the Iowa Hawkeyes.
They didn't.
So I didn't.
We're going to talk real quick later.
He talked a lot of this, but he got smacked around by the Iowa Corn Boys. So
they did, and we're going to talk about how the SEC is kind of played out during the bowls and playoffs too.
Terry.
Go ahead.
Terry, did you see that video that Iowa dropped on him, the Iowa football account, where it started off and like, "Oh, it's Iowa. We only got to score 7 points to beat them."
Did I see it? Yes, I saw it. My wife, who yes, I saw it. Yes,
that was fantastic.
And she's been letting me know about the SEC performing against the Big Ten, so it's been real interesting here.
Michael Durrett, I've seen tweets that Ole Miss QB is probably going to LSU, especially if he gets an extra year. But LSU's looking at the next option if it doesn't pan out. Yeah.
I think he should go to the league, honestly. I think.
Yeah, I was just about to say, if he keeps playing like he did against Georgia, he'll find himself in the draft.
Why not? Yeah, he's better than Ty Simpson, in my opinion.
All right. Let's see anything else. All right. What's this? Let's see if the show goes off the rails like Bleed Blue After Dark last night. I don't know what that meant because I wasn't on. But I heard, I went to bed last night. I know Paul did a spaces last night.
He was going crazy.
Late, and I was already in bed. And it's like a couple hours later, I get up to use the bathroom and look at my phone, and you all are still on. I'm like, what the hell is going on? All right.
It's like, 3 a.m. or something like that?
Oh,
yeah. I don't know what it was.
That's crazy. Hey, but it is. I mean, here we are. This is where we are, and this is my little segue to the men's basketball team. It's basketball season, but a lot of BBN is really psyched and into the portal. What's going on with the portal? And, Rando, you guys, Paul, and everybody's keeping up with all the players. And like you, Terry, I'm kind of like, just tell me when someone commits. Everyone else kind of follows it and does their thing, and I appreciate it. Y'all are killing it. But let's switch to men's basketball. My topic line was Kentucky hoops. Who the fuck are you? Davo, what is the identity with this team? Because right now, we don't have a quality win. And don't say no one can say St. John's anymore because they were trending down when we beat them, and they're totally out of the top 25. They lost to Providence yesterday at home, so they're a disappointment too. Davo, let's go back to April 2024. We did a live stream. TB, you might have been with us. I can't remember, but I know Davo was with me, and you had some.
We did a spaces that first night. Remember, Davo? We had like 1,000 people.
Oh yeah,
1,500. It was a stupid number. Yeah.
Davo, you had reservations. You had cautions. You were like pumping the brakes. Because your spider senses, you weren't exactly dazzled. You were playing along, but you did have concerns. Yeah. Those concerns right now are front and center. So go.
I mean,
Go ahead.
I had to be a Kentucky fan and get behind it, right? Because I mean, what would I be if I didn't? You know, I mean, I don't. There is no identity to this team, like you said. It was a bunch of hero ball versus Alabama. Just so many things were going wrong. We all know what Alabama loves to do, and that's layups and
3-pointers.
It's layups, get to the rim, and kick out for 3, and they did that all night long, and there was just no stopping it. They was going under screens all night long. You know, you had a freaking thing where JQ jumped out on their 7'1" center to block a 3, and he drove right by him and laid it up. And I was like, okay, what the hell? You know, they got within 8 or 9 a couple times, and then stretched right back out to 19 or 20. But whenever it comes to Pope, he's too nice. The guy is insanely too nice. You got to be a dickhead of a head coach to be at Kentucky, and that's just the facts. Rick Pitino back in his heyday, he was a dickhead, right? But he won. Calipari was a dickhead. He won. You got to have a certain edge, and you got to have a purposeful plan to make things work. And last year's team kind of came out of the woodwork, right? It came out of the woodwork, and it was really fun to see. He got a bunch of guys that were super excited to play for Kentucky on the chest, and we saw that work. And we saw what could have been a Final Four run without injuries. And now we're just seeing him totally change his way of bringing in players, going into straight athletic players. Can't nobody shoot worth a damn on that team. And I don't know.
It's frustrating. It's very frustrating. And TB, this is right now. We're not in the NCAA tournament. We have zero. To me, maybe one quality win, but to me, zero. There's nothing right now. I have zero confidence in SEC play right now. I just don't think this is a disaster.
This is bad. I think Matt Sack had the stat that the last 35 P4 games, you know, we've been down by 20 in 11 of them. Yeah. You know, yes, we've come back and won some games, but what are we doing here? Right? It just feels that the job is too big. And I was with Dave O initially. My trepidation was the track record of guys going back to their alma maters and having success. It's very, very slim. We can start with Penny Hardaway at Memphis. We can go to Patrick Ewing at Georgetown. We can go through this whole roster. Hell, we can look at Kenny Payne at the University of Louisville, right? That was my concern, because what happened was it wasn't just a coaching hire. We got fed a bunch of nostalgia. And this is what happens when you get fed a bunch of nostalgia. You know some crap is going on, right? Mm-hmm. When Jerry Jones got in trouble in Dallas, what do? He finally made amends with Jimmy Johnson. He's like, remember Jimmy Johnson, right? Y'all like Jimmy Johnson, right? My wife is a Cubs fan. The Cubs ownership is doing dog shit stuff, but when they announce something stupid, they're like, look, Sammy Sosa back. Y'all like Sammy Sosa? And so when we had the Mark Pope hire, and it's like, y'all like them denims. Remember 96 championship, and we all fell for it because nostalgia makes you feel good. But hey, this ain't what Kentucky basketball should be. Yeah. Getting down by 20. Like I said a couple weeks ago, I'm tired of hearing the announcer say, if the Cats can get it to 10, we'll have a ball game. I'm tired of it.
That's a damn good point.
And look, all this, he gets it. He understands it. I don't give a shit. I don't care if my head coach knows the words to on U of K. I don't give a shit if he knows who Adolph Rupp is. All I care about is fucking winning. I don't care about all this shit. I don't care if he knows where London is or Pikeville, Paducah. I don't care about that shit. I'm tired of sitting down to watch my Cats and they're getting fucking embarrassed. I'm fucking tired of it.
TB.
I just am. And look, I know the NIL and all the JMI stuff. I get that's its own piece. What I saw on Saturday had nothing to do with NIL. It's want to.
Yeah.
It's want to. He's got more double-digit losses in his first 50 games than Patino had, and he took over a damn team on probation.
Yes. Dang.
Right? Y'all said I was crazy when I said 3 years.
That was perfect timing.
Exactly.
Everybody said I was crazy.
Points. He gets points. I got to figure out how to. Well, you know what? There is a little thing on here. Never mind. Rando, purge your feelings, purge your thoughts.
All right. So up until the Bama game, I have been on here Heisman away, telling people they're crazy for all the fire Mark Pope things.
Plug your show.
All UK ball, and border rivals. I got the Tennessee and Louisville fan on there, all on Heavy Poor Sports. Appreciate that. Kids on X, YouTube, the TikTok. And I also do appreciate all the love from the fans for the show that I do with Jay, my son. He gets a lot of love. I don't get any love. He gets all the love, but I do appreciate that, especially because X is like a shitty place and no one has really hated on it so far. So I do. That's always nice.
That's because he's the cute one.
Yeah. He's
the smart one.
He knows ball.
Yeah. And if anybody starts talking junk, I will find someone who can hack their shit and let me find them and come pay them a visit.
Rando was in the military. Sleep.
Yeah. But yeah, so because if I'm in group chats and you see it on X and whatnot, if Kentucky's not winning at the under 16 timeout, everybody's freaking out. Within the first 30 minutes of Coach Pope's tenure, we wanted him fired because we were down double digits to Duke and Zaga, and we come back and win those games. And I feel vindicated, like, hey, this guy's going to be able to do it. We've had some disappointing losses, but we've had some big wins. Yesterday was
big
the
wins
first
last
time,
year, not this year.
Last year. Yeah, last year. I'm saying like he set a record for top 15 wins. And again, What have you done for me lately? I get that. But if you go back and look, Sweet 16 first year after, 5 straight years of not getting past the first round, it seemed like it was all coming together. Then we have this team that's supposed to be great. When I watched that game yesterday, I was straight where TB is, I guess since they hired Pope. We're so frustrated watching a team who we not only have we played Bama, this being the 4th time under Pope, but we just played a team who plays very similar to Bama in Louisville, who wants to chuck up threes. They want to play very similar. So you had film. To be able to go, hey, this team just smacked us in the mouth early, and we almost came back like we did some of the other games, but we fell short. So these are the things we can't do, on top of the fact that we got J-Lo back, we got JQ. So here's what we do. And then the first half of that game, it looked like there was no scout at all. And like we didn't know that Nate Oates is going to have these dudes like Philon and Holloway who can be a bucket, and then have some secondary, tertiary guys come off the bench who might kill you too. And then watching, I know he's a Mark Pope guy, followed him from BYU, but my biggest problem was he had no problem. We were told that he benched. We saw him scream at Brendan Garrison and benched him the whole game. We haven't seen Yelovich because he's not playing tough and with effort. There were some things that, even J-Lo, was benched because when he come back from injury, he missed a half because he wasn't playing with effort and with the intensity he wanted to. But you saw Colin Chandler not do a gosh dang thing in that game except close out with his hands down, fall asleep on defense, have zero intensity at all. And that's not the first game we've seen that. It wasn't like Bama was the first time, but he continues to get a start. So stop picking favorites. Fucking bench the dudes that don't deserve to play and play the ones that do deserve to play. If they go back and watch that film from Bama and I see Colin Chandler starting lineup against Missouri, I will lose my junk. And it doesn't really matter what I say, but there is no way he deserves to be in the starting lineup. Zero chance at all. Play the dudes who close out that game and almost got you back in it, who actually went through the scout, J-Lo, and then you got, Mo, or you got Owe at the 2, Cam at the 3, Mo at the 4, JQ at the 5, and run with that until the wheels fall off and get these other dudes in for a quick breather and get them out. Like the dudes that are showing you that they want to fight, you play those guys.
Does he hate Cam Williams? Does he hate him? He played like 6 minutes.
What the hell? Talk to me about that. What's the story there?
You haven't seen Trent Noah. You haven't seen Yelovich. And again, I understand why they have their flaws. But again, you can't tell me that what we're seeing from Colin Chandler, you think Trent Noah ain't going to play worse. It may not be better, but it ain't going to be worse.
That's fine. No, that's fair. Adam, what say you?
Yeah. Rando said everything perfectly, but I just want to say honestly, like, if you ever see John Rothstein's tweets, like after Kentucky like wins a game, a big game or whatever, it's always Mark Pope keeping the faith or keep the faith or something like that. I'm starting to, for the first time in maybe his tenure, I'm starting to not keep the faith because I'm just kind of questioning some of his coaching decisions. I'm starting to question his philosophy. Like, I think the way he recruited doesn't fit his system at all. I mean, you look at last year's team, you had guys that obviously, and the biggest thing, I mean, like, most of the team, except for maybe Amari Williams, were capable of shooting the ball. But obviously, you had that prize possession shooter, Kobe Brea, coming in. He shot 49% at Dayton. He comes in at Kentucky. He shoots really good numbers, like wins us a lot of games because of his three-point shooting. With this year's team, you just, again, like Davo said, you have a lot of athletes on this team and not a lot of guys that can shoot the three. And when you can't shoot the three, then it's going to be a lot of like clogging up in the paint because they know that when you drive in, you can't kick it out to shooters because they'll be fine. They'll be fine going under screen and giving up some 3-pointers to us. But, for a team like Bama, who basically everyone but their center, Sherrell, could shoot, like you can't go under screens. So when you can go under screens and you can clog up the paint, which Kentucky, their identity is which I at least thought after the Indiana game was, let's be tough. Let's go get rebounds. Let's go get offensive points. Let's go to the free throw line. Let's get tough layups. Let's go into people's bodies. Let's play that way. But like it's not really working because like you can't really keep up with teams like Alabama who pride themselves on a 3-pointer or a shot close to the lane. In no world, ladies and gentlemen, should Colin Chandler, as much as I love him, should not play 2 more minutes than Cam Williams. Cam Williams, I understand. Okay, 8 3-pointers against Bellarmine. Bellarmine's very lowly opponent. They give up a lot of threes. Okay, I totally understand that. But Cam Williams is a guy that like he doesn't shoot at the level of Kobe Brea. Like let's not get it twisted here. He doesn't shoot at the level of Kobe Brea, but if you put him out on the 3-point line, he's going to stretch out the defense because teams are going to have to respect his 3-point shot. And when you don't have a guy like Cam Williams on the court, everyone can just clog up the paint. And when you kick it out to shooters, they're going to be, hesitant to shoot and they're going to kick it out. And it's just going to be a whole bunch of ball movement and it's just not going to lead to anything. Defensively is what really concerns me with Kentucky basketball is because like we can score, you can get a nice layup with J-Lo where he sneaks the ball screen and goes up with the left hand. Like I love seeing that. But what good is that going to do? Like what good is trading baskets going to do in a high scoring league like the SEC where you need to get stops to win games in the SEC? You need to get rebounds. You need to not give up O boards. You need to go down. You need to get in passing lanes. You need to take risks on defense. You need to be very, very disciplined on the defensive end. So, okay, it was a lot of, we score. It's a nice 3-pointer from J-Lo. It's a nice layup by Ortega inside. But then, we're not getting a stop. We're once again going under screens. We're once again letting Aiden Holloway just take whatever. Now, Aiden Holloway's fair. He made some tough layups in the lane. Nothing you can do about that. But a lot of his 3-pointers in that game were just walk in. Like, I have so much space. I'm just going to let it fly. That's what it is. And a lot of these
on Colin Chandler.
And literally that, because he keeps going under the screen. Everyone's going under the screen. I'm like, why are you going under the screen? If you go over the screen, you have a better chance of actually contesting the shot and staying with the defender. Going under the screen, you can do against a non-shooter. But with Aiden Holloway and LeBaron and all those guys, you can't do that. And there's a lot of players like them that we're going to go up against the SEC. The SEC is a very dynamic guard league. Let's not get it twisted. So the way they defend guards isn't good. JQ, I know it was his 3rd game in college, but he did not have any rim presence in that game. Alabama, I thought, they were going to be a little bit scared to go in the lane because JQ's in the lane. He can block all the shots. JQ, I don't think he had a block in that game, like got out rebounded. And then like not to start anything, but then his dad's starting to talk and whatever. Like your son like literally just got like dusted by a Bucknell transfer who averages 1 point per game. Like it's just crazy to me.
Third string center just made our entire. It wasn't just JQ though; it was our entire front court.
Our entire front court. Like Malachi
got pushed around, and he has been inconsistent. He's been, he's had flashes. He's still better than Brandon Garrison, but
hold that thought, guys. Check us out. I'm sharing. I'm sharing this screen. Hold on. Because I gotta lay. All right.
Okay, I was literally about to go to that. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn it. Where'd it go? Oops. Yeah, that back. That's what I get when we're trying to create a. Yeah, probably can't see. Anyways, never mind. So what I'm trying to share, and I'm not doing a good job of it. After the game, there was during the post game, Nate Oates was asked about Kentucky's ball movement, and I'm quoting here. When I watched them play, I didn't feel like they moved the ball great. You look, and their assist rate is pretty high. Do a deeper dive. When they played high major teams, they were really good. Their assist rates were very low. They throw it into their bigs. They're not really passing.
Moreno's got 4 assists on the season from the post.
And it's like what? Like for me, I was literally just about to say that. Like, how are they? And I totally I'm fine with J Lo running a pick and roll. Like he knows how to manipulate pick and roll, like set up his bigs, all that. But like, what happened to you have Amari come last year, who's top of the key, like everyone's cutting around him, everyone's running action, he can pass it to everyone, everyone cutting. He's a really good passer. Now, obviously, that's not going to be on our team every single year, but you would think Brandon Garrison would learn from sitting with Amari, and he can teach that down to Malachi and so on and so forth. But the bigs, they are not incorporated in the offense at all. They're no one's it's a lot of just ball screen and then let's see what goes from there. You need to mix things up a little bit. You need to have a backup plan. And I feel like if you have a big at the top of the key that can see over everything, that has a wide range of passes, that can actually set up point guards cutting, or can set up shooters on the outside, like a quarterback, like Nikola Jokic kind of player, then I feel like that opens up a lot more for us, rather than just, they know we're going to do a pick and roll every single play with the point guard. And then if it doesn't work, kick it out to a shooter, hope for something. It's I wish, I was expecting this season, if they see that it worked with Amari being at the top of the key, passing it out, why didn't they? Now, point guards are important. We know that. They need to run the show. But, Lamont Butler wasn't, the greatest pick and roll guard, and that's what Amari was for. Amari was throwing great passes to everybody, and it worked. I feel like I don't know why Coach Pope decided to just not have his bigs, become or develop into good passers.
That's the most frustrating piece of this is we know how good this team is or can be. Flashes with J-Lo. He's the only true point guard. Last year we went spurts without a point guard, and Amari was playing point center, right? We were like, oh, wow, look at Pope. Look at this big brain son of a gun, right? And this might surprise you. I'm no basketball savant, okay? But I can look at the damn team and go, we only have one point guard. So when J-Lo's not in the game, we got this cat just came from Europe, and these dudes are known to be able to see the floor and pass the ball well. Or Mo Diabate was talked about how good of a passer he is. Why don't we play a little point forward? Why don't we do some shit different than just put Zell or Jasper Johnson outside of their primary position and hope it
100%.
I've seen it happen last year. I seen it, and it worked. So why not go? Do the damn thing, coach. It's so frustrating. Oh, golly.
Golly.
I think we're grading year one a little. I think we're grading on a curve with that.
Keep going. I like that. Keep going, sir.
Because all I'm saying is when you look at previous coaches at the University of Kentucky and their first tournament with the school, Mark Pope's first year probably is number 4 or 5 on the list. And I say that because I saw a pretty prominent account after yesterday's game say this reminds me of the Tubby Smith years. And I know we are misremembering that. That man won an NCAA championship and went to 3 more Elite Eights. That ain't what I'm seeing right now.
No.
It upsets me that when something goes bad, people are like, this is just like Tubby Smith. We need to put some respect on that.
Yeah.
For sure. Tubby has to recycle a roster every year, though. A different era of college basketball. But I definitely agree that Tubby gets a lot of disrespect he doesn't deserve.
He gets, and when I say this and I point out, hey, the coaches that make a difference at Kentucky get it done early on. And everybody always says it changes. And I say, my brothers and sisters in Christ, that covers 80 years of Kentucky basketball, and I'm pointing to similarities among the coaches that get it done. If you can't get it done, you got to go.
Yep.
And yeah, and TB, you're right. And you got to miss me with the bullshit about Jalen Lowe's injury. Miss me with it, right? He played like 20 plus minutes against Alabama.
It doesn't look.
Why didn't he start? Why is he coming in?
So miss me with all the bullshit. Oh, his shoulder is what he's able to play the players that are doing the best for your team whenever you're in the game. Okay, I am clearly looking at the stats from the Alabama game. 25 field goals. Okay, were made, which is pathetic already. Only 4 threes. All right, 9 assists and 12 turnovers. That is not going to get it done against Alabama. That's not going to get done against Georgia and Vanderbilt and LSU and Tennessee and on and on. That's not going to get it done. You play who's want to be played, and you play them as much minutes as possible. Okay, he did it on a short bench last year, and it worked out. Right? You play who your best players is.
There are some guys that need to not play as much. Like he needs to cut down the rotation, and there's no problem with doing that. It's like it works for most teams because teams in March Madness, they're not going to be playing 12 guys, 11 guys, not even 10 guys. It's like
most guys have a dog on the team too. We don't have a dog.
No, unfortunately not.
We're supposed to. We're supposed to.
Ortega has been playing.
He has been lately, yes.
He has been a little bit better, but it is like you have to look at it as like it is garbage numbers. It is garbage time numbers because we're getting blown out.
Well, no, Ortega Oweh kept it respectable in the first half. If he didn't take over in that last 5 minutes, it would have been. I mean, we would have been watching something else. I have liked how Ortega Oweh. The problem is it just can't be him and J-Lo. And I see
exactly. They need
Jay Hayes is saying that, you know, J-Lo not starting isn't the answer. And I don't disagrry with that, but you got to get him into the flow of the game. Same like, you know, with JQ. And it's like Zell and Colin need to be coming off the bench. Like I think Zell can be someone that can flip it around, but just in a different role. Like he was good in his role coming behind 2 good guards at Georgia. We tried to get him, thought he was going to elevate his game as a starter. He's not. So just put him back in that role. You know, it's like, it's okay. Pope had a dude who was eligible for the draft, and we got lucky that he came back with Jackson Robinson as a 6th man. Like I don't understand why he's trying to. He's forcing these things for whatever reason, and maybe it's the pressure that's getting to him. You know, because we're not easy on these guys because the expectations are high. But like we've said before, and you know, TB was talking about he don't give a damn about it. Is you told us, you know, the assignment, you understand it.
We have to win.
But the talk is cheap. It's I need to see it.
Stop kissing babies. Stop all that bullshit. Win ball games and stop embarrassing me.
Because
that's all I'm saying. Because I don't care.
Yeah.
That you know the universe. I don't care about that. Patino didn't particularly like Lexington, but he won. Everybody had their problems with Cal, but he won. That is what we care about, right?
Yeah.
And we have to admit, playing at the University of Kentucky does not necessarily mean you can coach at the University of Kentucky. That's two different skill sets.
Different time of different era.
Because it is tough. It is tough. We are tough. If you want to coach basketball, go back to Utah, right? Billy G just wanted to coach basketball, going back to Texas. That's not what we do here. I don't care about any of that.
It's a brand. It's larger than life here. To throw it out, is this stage too big for Pope, Rando?
I don't know. I think we're going to find out. I think we'll find out. I'm not there yet. I'm really not. And I have not ranted and been this frustrated with Pope. This Bama team is just like, and I knew I felt we were going to lose this game. We have seen it before. There's too many of these long layoffs where our coach can't get his team up and ready to play. But
here's the problem. Here's the problem, guys. We've got a lot of these games left. We're one game into the SEC.
Yeah, and
I was talking about coming off these 7-day, 10-day breaks is what I'm talking about.
Yes, exactly.
If we can go into a win streak. Missouri just beat Florida, but they're not great.
Missouri, Mississippi State, LSU before the Tennessee game.
So, and two of those are home, and then we go to LSU. We go 3 straight, have some minimum going into Tennessee. Tennessee is a winnable game. Yeah. They're very much like us. If we decide to play physical, they can't shoot either. Nate Minton will get pushed around. They have Gillespie, and that's really it. Carey will be a problem for us because he was a problem for us at Vandy. But that's a winnable game too. We have to go on a little bit of win streak because
there's still opportunities because Vanderbilt is top 15 this year. Arkansas, which we don't like to say, is a good team. Georgia's averaging the most points in Division I this year. They're ranked in low top 25. Like there are still opportunities to get huge wins, but you need to. But what I want to see is like, how are you going to go? What's your mentality going to be against teams that you should beat? Like. When he lost to Texas last year, like they should have won that game, even if Lamont Butler wasn't playing. They should have won that game. Like that game against I don't remember what it was, but like that Vanderbilt game before they had their renaissance on the road, they should have won that game. Like you need to win the games you're supposed to win, and then obviously like you have that momentum. You go at Tennessee, which is like never easy, absolutely not, but like like you have to compete against them, and then you have to survive because you need a double bye in the SEC tournament. People lose sight of how important a double bye is in the SEC tournament because you have only a single bye in the SEC tournament. You're going up against a hungry team right at the bubble that is chomping at the bit to get a big win to put themselves into the tournament. That needs a deep run in the SEC tournament to get an at-large bid, something like that. You don't want to go up against another Oklahoma that we almost lost to last year. You don't want to go up against another LSU, something like that. Like you need to. This double bye is very important, so you need to win these games.
Yeah,
Terry, this is where, and I say this with due respect and love, you are always the sunshine pumper on the show, and you're coming in strong. You've said, though, in fairness to you, you have said, and you've maintained this, there's a 3-year window, basically, for every coach. They've got to win.
Every coach that we remember, right, gets to the Final Four in 3 years.
Yeah.
Every coach did it. Like, I know we hyped up Pope's last year. He got to the Sweet 16 after a drought. The coach before him that we aren't allowed to talk about, we were last in the Sweet 16.
We are allowed to talk about because he is a very important.
Okay. Well, before his arrival, the last Sweet 16 was 2005.
Right.
And then he shows up, and his understanding of the assignment was to get John Wall on campus with DeMarcus Cousins. Right. So all this stuff is, all I'm saying is I'm just tired of, if the standard is a standard, it can't change whether or not we like the coach.
Yeah.
It can't change.
No.
And so what I'm hearing people saying is, well, we'll turn around. I'm like, we're 11-10 in our last 21 SEC games.
Yeah.
I asked Corey Price, how many times have we been down 20 points? And
He'll tell you that in a heartbeat.
And it's like, and it's a lot. It's a fucking lot. And still, because we like the coach, it's, well, I think he can turn around. Other people become sunshine pumpers. When I said maybe we need to give the Hall of Fame coach a little bit more leeway, I was the crazy person.
Right.
But now this person whose only resume is a Sweet 16, now people are like, give him time, TB. And I'm like, are you shitting me? Because you like
I was on your side, TB. I was our fast way back to the Final Four is always going to be Coach Cal. I believed it to be true. It wasn't until he decided to go flirt with Arkansas where I was like, all right, I'm kind of done with you. But I even believed the Mitch Barnhart sit down BBN today nonsense. I believed it all.
Oh, yeah.
And all I'm saying is I want the University of Kentucky to succeed at everything.
Always.
But this right now is not it. I will repeat it again. I'm tired of watching a game where the commentators are saying, if Kentucky can get it to 10, that hurts my spirit, right? It's not about, people bring up the 9-win season. Those guys fought every night. Those guys fought and gave a shit every night. But the results weren't there, right? If you are fighting and if you are digging and crawling and scratching, I'm going to rock with you. We're going to rock with the untouchables or unforgettables, excuse me. We're going to do that, right? But what we saw last night, and people are saying, I still believe. Do you really? But all I'm saying, do you really believe that? Because every other coach, again, had something on their resume to point and say, we can turn this around.
Jay Hayes saying 120 years, 8 titles. I get that. But you know what? In this decade, we have not been relevant at all. No one fears us. I remember back in the day when, when we get on the court and the opposing team would see the name on the front of the jersey and we win half the game that way. No more. We are, and obviously NIL, everything has changed. We are not relevant. We are not the big fish. We are not Showtime, primetime. No.
You know how they say, oh, like we're everyone's Super Bowl. That's no doing of Coach Pope. That's all because of Coach Cal and what he did. So
exactly.
You look at so these schools like South Carolina or whatever, they look at, oh, we have Kentucky on the schedule. Oh, do you remember when they had John Wall? You remember when they had all those big players? You remember when they had Cal and everything like that? And then you look and you're like, and you see Mark Pope and you're like, who is that?
State line, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm getting ready to roll out of here. I'm going to put my little baby girl to bed, but I want to say I am the sunshine pumper of your show today because I am one of those dudes who believe that there's wins out there that we are going to get and we'll be able to turn it around. I'll go back to the coach that we had, who I still root for. Cal was in this spot last year with the team who underperformed and was outside of the tournament. And then next thing you know, he beat Pitino's 2 seed St. John's with this Arkansas team. They were out of the tournament. They got it figured out. And part of that was coming to Kentucky and getting a win is when they turned it around. He did some things with his roster. He stopped playing some folks that he thought he could trust. Boogie Flan getting hurt, and all of a sudden, oh, wow, my offense is better without this dude because I'm sharing the ball. He didn't play as much. So I see a team that has 7 players. I'm talking about us right now, Kentucky. This current roster has 7 players who, for 30% of that game against Bama, outplayed Bama, made them miss 7 shots, got within 10. And I know TB that irritates you because we shouldn't even be in that spot. But did the thing, right? Did the thing. I saw a team that was down by 21, and then a certain roster came together and got it within 4 at Louisville. So if our coach will go back and actually do the damn thing and look at it and honestly look through the lens of the fan base, because we're seeing it right now. Like, you don't have the deepest roster in college basketball like you thought. You have 7 dudes who will actually play for you, and the rest just get in there when the other dudes need a blow, right? So if we do the thing, we can beat Missouri, we can beat LSU, we can beat Mississippi State, and we can then go to Knoxville and continue to smack around Rick Barnes, because that's one thing Pope has been able to do outside the Sweet 16 team where he didn't have most of his roster. But
I think it's possible. I think we can turn this thing around. We just have to have a coach who's willing to do it. And we're going to find out in the month of January if we have that guy. Because if we don't go on a 4-game win streak here and beat Tennessee, and then we're going to Vandy and Arkansas expecting to lose those games, and we're out of the tournament before we even get to February 1st, then there'll be no sunshine pumping for me. And that is a possibility, but I believe, because I've seen flashes of it, that it can come together. So that's how I'm going to end my piece of the show. I think we go on a 3-game win streak, and we go to Knoxville and we smack them around because that's always fun to do. So I appreciate you letting me on here, guys.
Absolutely.
I really do. I enjoy chewing the fat with you. And this was a good therapy session for me. I can't say all the wordy dirge with my son right next to me. Last night we got a little boozed up on the Border Rivals Heavy Pour Sports. So that was fun. But hey, I do appreciate y'all, and then I'll get back here in a couple weeks.
I'll hit you up.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, brother. Yeah.
Peace, go Cats.
All right. Yes, sir.
I know.
Keeping it real. Just some of the through pandemic and you're right. Jay, if you're talking about me being right, I know I'm usually right. So thank you. I don't know what I'm right about. No, I think maybe he's talking about when I said we weren't relevant. We haven't been relevant this decade. And if that's the case through pandemic and you know what? There's 300 some other schools that went through the pandemic and everything, and they got it figured out. That pandemic year, was that the year we went 9 and whatever?
So it was. The
The
pandemic started when we had Tyrese Maxey and Ashton Hagans and all them, and we were going to be like a high seed. That was a great team. That was the year. The 2020-2021 was when they had no fans, cardboard cutouts. That
21. Yeah.
That team made me hate basketball. I love basketball. I love watching the NBA. I love watching college basketball. When I saw that team play, I hated basketball. I wasn't used to seeing Kentucky lose 16 games in the season, and your best player is Dante Allen. You remember that? Oh yeah. My God. He was.
We had never seen anything like that in our. When's the last time we had seen a season that 9 and 16? That was the COVID year, right?
Yeah. We
had not seen anything like it. Okay, and it's COVID. We get it, whatever. But you know what? I'm where we're at right now. What's so alarming, Davo, is you have our program right now is kind of the butt of the joke on the national scene, because it's no secret that there's this roster is $22 million, maybe the highest paid roster out there, and the results have been basically shit. We legitimately may not make the NCAA tournament. When do you cut the cord? Because we're a basketball school. This is not the this is not the norm. This is not who we are.
That's a tough question, cutting the cord. I'll say this.
And I get it. He's loved. He's a captain, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? That was then. This is now.
Yeah,
he's the coach. He's the coach of a program our program who is not producing.
Yeah.
And I don't see it happening. I don't.
This is Kentucky basketball. It doesn't matter who's in the big chair, right? You got to produce. You got to win. And whenever a lot of people talk about, people have been, bashing JMI, rightfully so, because they're a piece of shit. But that's a conversation for another day. But Pope put together this
Harry,
roster.
I'm sending you readers, by the way.
I got bifocals that I'm struggling with.
I get it. You got. That's why I would wear my regular guys, but on the show because I wear readers.
Yeah, and I don't want to do I'm an old person.
I'm older.
I still got some eyesight left, low key.
But,
You're the kid. You're all of 22,
I'm
Adam?
21, yeah.
Fuck you. Go ahead.
Respectfully kiss our ass.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. Pope put this roster together without the help of JMI, right? So you can't really blame the NIL factor into that right now. So this is solely on Pope, hands down, from top to bottom, to the players he's got coming in, to the way they're being coached. Nothing is working right now. It is beyond frustrating. Kentucky still is and forever will be the gold standard of college basketball. There's a reason why we got the most wins ever in the NCAA history, Division I men's basketball, and there's a reason why it should always be that way, because this is the University of Kentucky men's basketball. And look, as far as cutting the cord on him, man, look, we know who our AD is right now, right? And that is public enemy number one in the University of Kentucky, in the BBN, in everybody's eyes, right? And as long as that man,
Terry,
as long as that man is in charge, all right, Pope is going nowhere. He's going nowhere.
Terry.
It kind of is what it is.
Terry.
So
me trying to look
1.5
resume wins this year.
So I don't know. You know,
all right.
if he doesn't make the tournament, the big tournament this year, logistically, there's no way you can bring him back. You can't.
It's embarrassing.
You can't. It's past embarrassing. Paul said it. Go. Yeah, whatever. So
wait a minute. Dave, won't be long though. Isn't North Carolina on our ass for wins? Okay.
It's Kansas. So
Kansas,
let's keep it. If you're going to trash talk, at least be accurate.
Yeah. But I didn't forget I was going to say whatever. That's another troll drop.
All right,
but,
we have like smashed the Kentucky men's basketball. You know what? And unfortunately, my gut feeling is this is going to keep being a recurring theme on every show we do on Sunday nights about how we're not exactly happy with what's going on.
That's
all
right.
Let's switch gears. I
think we really covered everything for the most part.
We did. So let's
talk about who's going to win the college football playoffs, I guess.
Well, before that, I want to spend a little bit of time on Mark Stoops. Do you want to talk legacy? I feel like maybe we're running out of time. Do we want to save this for another, Davo? Do you think because I think let's do this. I'm gonna hold off on the Mark Stoops legacy for maybe next week because I think we'll kind of go. Yeah, we'll go kind of deep with that. So we'll hold up on that. Let's talk college football playoffs. This is guys where right now the team is IU. Oregon's still there, which is repping, awesome. giving us free press with our coach, their OC. Davo, this is I saw a stat and I was kind of blown away that in the 2 years that the playoff has expanded, only IU has won who had a bye won their game. Every team has lost. Where are you right now? Where are we at with the college football playoffs? How are you feeling? What are you thinking? What are you seeing? Because one thing I've noticed is that the SEC is basically been dog shit during the postseason.
You know what you're seeing? You're seeing NIL and rev sharing right now. You're seeing it.
Yep.
You're starting to see it more and more in college football. You've already been seeing it in college basketball. It's just going to take a little longer because you got more players to pay in college football. So you're seeing that now. It's fun, right? Is is it fun watching Indiana, who has the most losses in D1 college football history?
It's
possibly
inspiring. It's
Yeah.
inspiring, encouraging.
It's inspiring, but it's a pain in the ass listening to them motherfuckers up there run their mouth. It's fun. You get to see Ohio State get put out and cry. You get to see Kirby Smart pout and walk off the field. I like it. You get to see Alabama get the absolute dog shit beat out of them, and basically a dynasty just imploding right in front of you.
Yes.
It's fun. It's in 16 teams next year. Is that right?
I think
not yet. No.
Okay, but it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. I'm enjoying it. I'm not enjoying the fact that we got to sit here and wait to see how we do next year. But I'm definitely pumped up for it. So.
Terry, TB, college football playoff. Your thoughts?
Yeah, good for IU. The recipe of their success is just about every starter's in their 4th or 5th year of playing college football, and I think that's
within the rules.
Within the rules, my only concern is that's going to be a harbinger of things to come, and we're going to see just more movement because young kids aren't going to play and develop. But that's neither here nor there.
Now,
but
granted,
good
those kids get those players who are what you just said. Their kids get to watch their dads play.
Right. So good for them. My only caveat is, because I'm here in Big Ten country and everybody's anti-SEC, my only thing is tell the whole story. Everybody acts like the SEC just made it up, that we were the best conference. Like we just made it up. When you've got 6 teams since 1998 to win championships, 4 win multiple, any other conference would say the same thing, right? Right? Like the SEC didn't just make this up that we do football really, really well. So that's my only takeaway from that. But hey, a good Final Four, somebody's going to win. I hope it's Miami because I need to see some more rhymes by the 7th Floor Crew. Google that, kids.
I know what you're talking about.
Google that, kids. Our residential kid doesn't need to Google because he already knows.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, Adam, go ahead.
I think what you're seeing in the college football is not so much that the SEC is starting to falter a little bit. I think it's the fact that and I've been a firm believer of this since I've been a football fan. Defense wins championships. Look at the way now. Obviously, Indiana when they played Alabama in that Rose Bowl, Indiana was pounding the run. They were running through Alabama, with Hemby and the other running back that they have. They were running through. But then what did they do? Now it does help, obviously, that Ty Simpson went out with that injury, but they were getting takeaways. They were stopping. They were getting off the field on 3rd down. They were, they were pressuring the quarterback. That still wins out in college football. Now you can obviously have a really good offense, and that does help. But you need to, when the going gets tough, you need to get stops on the defensive end. So you saw IU do that. IU has probably the best defense in the country. You saw a good offense in Texas. Texas Tech, we talk about their defense all the time. They have a good offense. And look at what Oregon did to that. Look at what the Oregon defense did to that Texas Tech offense, holding them to no points. They couldn't even get a field goal. Baron Morton was in hell that game. He could not make a clean throw. When he tried to get out of the pocket, it didn't work. The run defense was really good from Oregon, so that happened as well. And look at Miami's defense. I mean, do we need to say more about Miami's defense? You have top 10 pick at edge rusher. You have linebackers who will die to stop the run. You have DBs who have great ball skills, who's not afraid to get a little handsy and tip deep passes out and make some stops and make some plays and actually go for interceptions and go for takeaways and things like that. Defense is winning. And then you look at Ole Miss, what they did, getting huge stops on Gunnar Stockton and that Georgia offense to set them up to win the game. So defense is still winning out. So in terms of Kentucky as well, we need to make sure that we shore up on this defense because it's going to keep us in games no matter how good or how bad the offense is. If you can hold a team to scoring not a lot of points, you still have a chance of the offense. You just need to figure out the right concept and what's working. In terms of who I want to win for the college football playoff, it has to be Ole Miss. And I understand they're SEC foe and everything like that. But I just Lane Kiffin, I used to like think he was super funny, like his Twitter, everything like that. He wasn't afraid to say what he thought and everything like that. How are you gonna leave a college football playoff contender that you built to go to do a rebuild? Now I understand LSU might be a big brand in Louisiana and everything like that. We don't need to say more about that, but like you are literally like this is a stain on your legacy, dude. This is a stain on your legacy. You should not be a national champion if Ole Miss wins. And he's obviously going to be up there to be like, oh, I built this team. I'm the best. I won a national championship, everything like that. No, like Pete Golding, his attitude, like coaching that team, his mentality, coaching that team is great. I love what he instills in the players. He instills belief. Not saying that Lane Kiffin didn't, but he instills belief in his players. Like Charlie Weiss Jr., like Lane Kiffin, sure, he can get the offensive talent and whatever, but Charlie Weiss Jr., who I hope the Giants look at as well, he's setting up good offensive plays for he's setting good route concepts. He's setting up explosive plays. He's building the offense around Trinidad Chambliss and making him look amazing, even though he is a great talented quarterback on his own. So I hope Ole Miss, like as a FU to Lane Kiffin, you got to win the national championship, because Lane Kiffin also, this dude's getting like $1 million bonus or a $5 million bonus if Ole Miss wins that championship. Like fuck that. Like don't give him.
Wait, does he really? Does he get that?
That's why he's so excited. He's like, oh, like what a win by Ole Miss. Like they did so well. Here's a picture of my kids.
Wasn't a player called him out? Ole Miss player called him out for just kind of just trying to.
That dude should get no bonuses. Like you need to screw those bonuses. Like you left your team in the middle of a college football playoff run, and they're winning without you. Like, so be it. But I also do want to see, if it's not Ole Miss, I do want to see Indiana win, because I am personally a big fan of Fernando Mendoza. Even though he sounds like AI, even though he sounds like he's doing a job interview every single time he talks, like that is a guy that you want to root for. Like, that is a nice guy. He's also helps if he's good at football. He's going to go to the Rangers.
You're right.
But we love him. We love Fernando Mendoza. But yeah, this should be good. I'm excited. College football, still kind of money for it, whatever. But like the games are good. The games are good. I will say.
Kevin probably would overrule okay. So Terry, for the record, I don't know. I don't think we need to start a GoFundMe because reading glasses are pretty cheap. But if you tell me like my reading glasses, right? These are reading glasses. These are 1.5s. So you tell me your prescription, I will and send me your address. I will go on to Amazon tonight and send you some reading glasses.
I'll be better next week. I apologize, Coach.
No, you don't. It's not better. You're good. Actually, don't, because now this is becoming a part of the show. The way it's like the old man.
I'm like Mr. Magoo. My girls laugh at me when we go out to eat, and I'm looking at the menu like, why is the print so small?
He's like, get that in the Inspector Gadget magazine.
Yeah, I know. It's bad. It's bad.
No, it's all good. Again, guys, we're about 90 minutes into the show.
Let's wrap it up.
We are wrapping it up. Is it football season? Basketball? It's basketball season, which we got to talk a lot of football, which is pretty cool because, it's new coach, new players, all that good stuff. But the basketball thing, oh my God. I'm really looking at the perspective that we're not going to make the tournament this year. We realize it's not going to make the tournament this year. And that's an absolute fucking no.
At least that means I can be unbiased when I make a bracket, and I won't just put Kentucky winning in every bracket.
I know. Why do every BBN fan who makes a bracket every year Kentucky has to win it? My thing is that I always tell my friends, look, if you're going to pick Kentucky or you're going to bet $100. Do you really think Kentucky's going to win at that point?
Yeah.
I'll be cold. I'll be cold and dead before I write any other team to win a tournament bracket.
Okay. All right.
If I feel like Kentucky won't win it, I don't fill one out because I'm not going to ever fill one out where Kentucky doesn't win.
I only do Kentucky, and then if I do another bracket, it's like an East Coast like school that's like close to me.
All right.
All right, Kevin Hale, wrap it up, buddy.
Yes.
Davo, before we go to final shots, my partner in crime on Round of Shots. Again, give a shout out to Bleed Blue Network. Follow, give them a like, follow them on X. We are really in deep with everything in the portal, everything that's happening in the portal. So yeah, was still some exciting stuff. Davo, before we go final shots, everything that we've heard, feel, where are you right now with Mark Pope? You're speechless. Take your fan hat off.
I'm pissed. I'm pissed off. Paul said it best on a tweet I believe he had. He said, "Right now, as a Kentucky fan, watching Kentucky men's basketball feels like a chore and not a joyous thing to do."
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's pissing me off. And if he doesn't make the tournament, which I'm telling you right now, it seems like we're a lot closer to the top of that ladder than what most people think. It's time to fucking go.
It's a defiable offense.
You got to go there. You have too many. Well, JMI, I know JMI, but there's too many opportunities out there to build a roster and to get people to come to the University of Kentucky and make a run at it every year. And what we're seeing,
$22 million to spend,
or whatever it is at this point. But what we're seeing isn't going to cut it to the nth degree. There's no excuses to what we're seeing right now. And like Rando said, guys, to get where we need to go, which is number 9, hopefully eventually before we all perish. At this point, you are going to have to beat teams like Alabama, 6 times in a row to win a national championship. Yeah. So it's only going to get harder. So yeah, I'm over it.
All right. Good stuff. People in the chat, appreciate you hanging with us tonight. 90-minute show on a Sunday, the first 2026 show. Again, wishing everyone a happy new year. Let's go to final shots. TB, I'll start with you. Give me your final shots, sir.
I'm going to take umbrage with the conversation we had earlier when we were talking about the women's basketball team, and there was a lot of tongue-in-cheek, jokey jokes. I used to be like that. I used to make fun of the WNBA. I used to make fun of women's basketball and women's sports, but then I became enlightened. The Lord blessed me with 2 spectacular girls, young women, and they're both playing sports. They're both competing. My oldest daughter is competing at the collegiate level, and I'm hoping that my youngest daughter does as well. I just want us to not go backwards on that. Women athletes are athletes. It doesn't matter about sex appeal. I'm not watching the NBA for sex appeal or the NFL. These women athletes are competing, especially those that compete for my university. So I just think, I was a little miffed that we had that little segue earlier. So shout out to women's sports.
Absolutely.
Respectfully, fuck off.
Yeah. So we'll leave it at that. Good take, TB. Adam, final shot, my brother.
This is a little bit more of a silly one. I also just want to put it out there that I'm not drinking, so this isn't like a drunken rant or anything. But basically, I was wondering like what I should say for final shots, and I went downstairs and I saw this like pie was like left on our like kitchen table, and it was like half eaten. So I was like, okay, let me try this pie. And this pie was like elite, but it wasn't because like of the filling or anything. It had like cherry filling or like apple filling or something like that. It wasn't because of that. it was because of the pie crust. And I just want to come out here and say that pie crust, like, you cannot have a good pie without crust. Like, doesn't matter if it's pizza, doesn't matter if it's like apple pie, doesn't matter if it's rhubarb pie. Like, you cannot have a good pizza or a good pie without a good crust. Like, it needs to have like that little sugar glaze on it. It needs to have some, like, it needs to be crumbly. It needs to be elite. And I compare it to the 96 Chicago Bulls. I compare it to, you had Michael Jordan, right? You had Scottie Pippen. They got all of the credit and all the awards and everything like that. No, like what about Dennis Rodman? What about the guy that averaged 15 rebounds per game? Like, what about the guy that did all the dirty work? Like, why can't we? I know Dennis Rodman was a little crazy, but like, we need to credit him for what he did for that team. So let me just say, like, pie crust is low key underrated, and I just want to say that like let's not forget the things, like the small things that make something great. So like Dennis Rodman, for example, for that 96 Bulls team. So shout out to that pie crust, because I might, after this, might go straight down, might go get that pie, and I'm gonna enjoy the pie crust. So shout out to them.
Now, I have to admit, you talking about pie. This movie was on the other night, and I saw this segment. I don't know if y'all remember. God damn it. I can't do it because I've got the. Oh, damn it.
Oh,
it's the.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, yeah. It's the. Anyways. All right. Davo. What you say, yo? Final shot.
I don't know how to follow that.
Yeah, you do. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Give it a shot.
I mean, suddenly I have like a couple more slices of chocolate pie in my fridge, and I want to go eat now. So and it's 10 o'clock at night. That's not a good idea for my bladder. So we got over 2,500 people between all the streams watching us right now. So shout out to all of you. That's absolutely incredible. That's awesome. Thank you for all the support. And like I said, just continue to support not only this podcast, but like Kevin said multiple times, make sure to follow the Bleed Blue Network. It's all free information, and we're only going to put it out if we know 100% factual that it is happening and it is true. We're not there to get your hopes up. And whenever it comes to the transfer portal, guys, it's barely been 2 days, right? We got 2 weeks of this shit. It's going to be lightning fast. Stuff's happening left and right. So don't lose no hopes on no prospects or anything like that. I can for sure say that Kentucky has way more money than most people think. So just kind of hang in there, right? It's going to be fun. We got an energetic head coach. He's eager to win. We're eager to watch him win. And I firmly believe that this is going to be a really fun season coming up. So just hang in there. Enjoy the highs. Don't worry so much about the lows. There's thousands and thousands of players in the portal. So just hang in there.
Good take. Yeah. So give a shout out to, real quick, Terry, plug your podcast, your show.
Cats Talk Wednesday, every Wednesday where you get your podcast. Me and my partner, Vinny Hardy, are looking at year 14 of chopping it up about Kentucky sports and a little bit of everything. And, we'll have some great guests. We had Clara Strack on before the season. And so
you're going to invite me next time you have her on.
Yeah, it was a fun conversation. She's from Buffalo, New York, so it was a fun time. So yeah, every Wednesday we drop it like it's hot.
Like it's hot. Yeah, in the description, all the tags. Follow the guys. Follow all the other podcasts that are interacting with us tonight. This is a really a fan show. Again, podcasters, everyone who's just hanging with us tonight is doing their own thing, and we appreciate it. All right, we are wrapping up on this Sunday night, January 4th, 2026. It's the new year. Wishing everyone a great new year. Great new year. We will be back next Sunday night for Davo, TB, Adam, Rando, yes, and the jersey. Kevin Hale, wishing everyone a good night, good week. Peace out. Go Cats.
Go Cats.
Later.